You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
The Tigers are going to play in November in the Bahamas, the Baha Mar tournament, and the other teams expected to be there. Purdue, Wake Forest, and possibly Texas Tech. So Texas Tech's going to be good. Purdue's going to be good. If you don't have a roster that puts you in that same conversation, it could be a tough trip to the Bahamas.
Yep. The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Are you ready? Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit Shinedown.com.
Murray State is going to the College World Series. It's easy for me to pick a team because 1, I love an underdog. 2, I hate UCLA, and I see that opening round matchup. And 3, we are connected to the school's most famous alumni, Ja Morant of Murray State.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals Series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both of these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
No sexy heroin addiction plaguing me, but I can still get down like Frank Poncherello on a motorbike.
Here we go. It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It is the Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, well, we got bad news last night via Grizzlies PR, our least favorite Twitter account. We'll go through that and what we think about the injury to Jaren Jackson Jr., who has evidently already had surgery. NBA free agency is continuing. We got a bunch of news and notes of the day. It is a Wednesday. It is nice out. Sun's out. Smile. Let's do it. Turn it up. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, ton of stuff to get to on the show today, not the least of which is the Jaren Jackson Jr. news that came down last night. Before I get to anything, I welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senior Side, Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Neck Carb, John Lance. He's Yogi Roser, he's Dr. Thunder. Hello, John.
Hello.
Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler, Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navajo Joe, the reporter, the photographer. He's Walker 93.
I feel so terrible, but I want to give a shout out to the guy I met yesterday at the Love Island watch party at Solder Inn. I meant to remember his name.
You feel terrible for going to the Love Island watch party?
I don't feel terrible for that.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
I never feel terrible for that. But I feel terrible for not remember his name. But I want to give a shout out to you, bro. He came up to me and said, yo, bro, I watch the show every day. I heard you talking about the Love Island watch party on the show. So me and my girl pulled up. So I appreciate you. So shout out to my guy.
Hey!
Hit me up so I can remember.
It'd be great if you could remember
name.
people's names.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
unbelievable.
I'm not good at that, bro. Like 5 tequila shots later, you can't remember stuff. So shout out to my guy.
Remember names. Shout out to listener Lance. Ran into listener Lance at the gym yesterday.
Oh, is that right?
Big listener Lance. I remember his name.
Also a shout out to Mike, who was in Florida and ran into Brian Edwards at a bar and said, Brian Edwards, I watch you every Friday on the Chris Vernon Show. Brian Edwards texted me and Roser last night, and he's like, a dude just ran over me and said, are you the college football guy on the Chris Vernon Show?
That's crazy. You and your Xbox Live headset.
There you go. All right, so sure enough, last night, we're all minding our business. It's a lazy summer night, right? We're looking for things to watch on television unless we're going to Love Island watch parties and slide her in like Devin.
Damn right.
And so we're all just cooling. I'm actually watching YouTube. And sure enough, the night gets ruined. I'm like, why? Why? It's July 1st.
Which can only mean one thing. Grizzlies PR. Here it comes.
The Undertaker.
Get the alert on my phone. I'm like, oh, ain't no way. No way. Y'all shouldn't be tweeting out anything on July 1st. There is nothing to tweet out unless possibly a Summer League roster. That's all you're allowed to tweet out. On July 1st, you are only allowed to either welcome Ty Jerome, congratulate Cam Spencer.
Yeah. Happy birthday for somebody.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Or a Summer League roster.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
No. Dun. Jaren Jackson Jr. was playing basketball and bust his toe. Okay. So he's got turf toe. Happens. Heard about it a lot. Desmond Bain played like a whole year with it, right?
Yeah,
Remember?
DG had turf toe last year, didn't he?
But then, Darius Garland. Yeah. And then it was like, oh no.
this isn't just any old turf toe. You got to remember, Jaren Jackson Jr. has very long digits. And so, when his toe gets turf toe, it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, we've got little nub. Yeah. We got little nubs.
He was like a size.
It'd be hard to even strain them, honestly. My toes would be hard to strain. They're small. I got yeah. So, but if he does his, now we got a problem on our hands. Jaren Jackson Jr. Spraining his toe is the equivalent of Roser breaking his arm. They're about the same length. And so, anyways, or a finger. We'll say a finger. I wonder, if we were having a contest of Roser's fingers or Jaren Jackson Jr.'s toes, which are longer, I think I've got Jaren's toes.
Yeah, Jaren's toes are absolutely longer than my fingers.
To that point, here is Jaren Jackson Jr.'s shoe, just for a reference.
If you need a reference,
throw it to me. Just so you can see. You guys know how fat my head is, right? Here's what it would look like if Jaren Jackson Jr. kicked me in the face.
His entire shoe would cover his face.
Yeah, it's tough.
The sweet chin music to Vernon's face would not do well, bro.
All right. So you'd say your toe starts about here, right?
Yeah. It's a big shoe, man.
He busts his toe. Look at this thing. What is?
So I think it's size 18.
No, this has got to be bigger than.
I think it's 18.
It doesn't.
It's either 17. 19. Damn.
That's a size 19.
Put your shoe up to it.
Huh?
Put your shoe
My
up.
shoe could fit inside it.
It's the tissue paper that goes inside the shoe when you get it, when you first get them.
Here you go.
It could be the tissue paper.
There's two of his shoes.
There's my shoe.
Compared to Jaren.
Jackson Jr.'s shoe.
Yeah.
No, that's insane.
Right.
That's insanity, bro.
You know, instead of they do growth chart giveaways for players, we need to do foot chart giveaways or whatever.
We
Show the size of your foot. You can compare
So
it to
anyways,
Jaren's.
he's got turf toe, and he's going to have to get surgery. And, of course, I, like every other nincompoop in Memphis, starts Googling. And this is how I knew, because I was like, turf toe surgery recovery time. And I see, 3 to 6 months. And I was like, no.
Yeah, we can't be having, because we know how this goes. For us, that's 6 months.
No.
That's the 6 months. Yeah, we know that's,
No. And then an angel in the form of my buddy Jeff Stotts from In Street Clothes arrived.
Yeah.
Jeff Stotts, who I've referenced many, many times on the show over the years. He ran the Twitter account In Street Clothes. Jeff is a former trainer who I always reach out to whenever it comes to the injuries. I reached out to him when it came to Desmond Bane, and when they were going to get those special shoes for Desmond Bane. I've reached out to him when it came to Zach Edey, when Zach Edey had the toe thing, or the foot thing earlier, or the ankle thing, earlier this summer. And so before I could even reach out to Jeff Stotts, he put up, here's the deal, here's what this typically means, here's the surgery that is conducted, and then Jeff, this is why he is so great at what he does, he has a full database where he can go back and look. So when an injury pops up, he says, your return to play time is, so a guy will have a grade 2 ankle sprain and he'll say typical return to play time is, and it's because he's got a database. He could look back at other players that had these injuries and then said, okay, here's how long it took post-surgery for them to be able to come back. And so, as I say, Jeff Stotts, with his little angel wings, flies down to tweet and puts up that he mentions Blake Griffin, he mentions Miles Turner, and he says return to play time has typically been 3 months based on his. And then today, to forward that, they said there's going to be a reevaluation at 12 weeks, which, do the quick math, that is 3 months. So that made me feel as good as I could have possibly felt after horrible news, horrible Google search. It was the equivalent of what we do on WebMD
when you're sick.
We know that like we have terminal diseases because we have looked up, here are my symptoms. Oh my God, I for sure have this terminal disease, right? That's what comes up when you search. It's the worst thing you can do. And I did the worst thing you could do, which is, hey, how long does it take? It's obviously not. Well, and the reason that it matters that Jeff is because there is a reference point. Here are professional athletes that have, the best surgeons, theoretically, and the best rehab for these, okay? These guys are not like normal humans. And so I need to know what has been the return to play time in other circumstances with similar guys. And this is where this comes into play. And so, of course, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, 3 months? Well, that's October 1st.
Yeah.
If it goes good, you don't even start the season until the end of October.
Exactly. Miss a couple preseason games.
Maybe, just maybe, this isn't going to be nearly as bad as it seemed on the surface. That's all I'll say.
I have some more maybe possible good news.
Oh,
you like? Oh, you sucked the thing from Lion King.
Good news. Good news.
Another reference point. Remember when Jaren had that injury a couple years ago?
Yes.
His depot year?
Yes.
We were freaking out.
Yep.
About like, oh my God, he might miss blah, 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 these months. He came back that season, still played 63 games.
Yep.
And he won Defensive Player of the Year. So that's another reference point where, you know what I'm saying?
He has been able to return.
The timetable of that injury was supposed to be a lot longer than what it was supposed to be, and he came back sooner than expected. So that's another little small reference point we can use. The
other thing is, though, and this is the downside of that. All right, I'm not trying to be a negative Nelly.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, you could be a realist. No reason for negative.
I'm not trying to be a negative Nelly. But this is one of the circumstances where if you've locked a guy into $245 million, the player in other years, the player would be more likely to make sure, hell or high water, I hit that 65.
Mm-hmm.
If you have just signed for $245 million, you could take it easy. Not easy, but I'm saying you are not, like, there's not the pressure that comes with, and again, look, if he's missing 17 games, we're going to be super disappointed anyway. Right. Like, I mean, again, if we're going off of what we know that Jeff tweeted out and what they tweeted out this morning, which is 12 weeks.
Yeah.
12 weeks, they're going to do the reevaluation. And so all we can do is sit around with our fingers crossed and go, hey, we know they're on, we know they are on the side of caution with this, but they gave 12 weeks as a reevaluation for a reason. Jeff put that out there as a return to play in 3 months as a reason, and we have 4 until the season starts. You know what I'm saying? We don't have 3 months. We got 4 months.
4 months.
Until the season starts. And so here is we got some breaking news from Shams Charania.
Big breaking news. Big breaking news. Mike
Knicks
Brizell,
got a head coach.
It's the new Knicks head coach, bro. That's big time.
I wonder why this took so long to hire Mike Brown.
It did take a minute.
He was available.
After the draft and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess it's just they did their due diligence. I mean, they talked to Mike Brown. They talked to Taylor Jenkins. They talked to, James Borrego. There was a bunch of other names
They
that
said
popped
the Don Staley conversation was very well. But,
yeah,
you know
and they finally figured out that they couldn't just hire anybody else's coach. I mean, they tried to hire 4 different guys from different teams, right? We know they went after different coaches for other teams. And so Mike Brown is like a good basketball coach.
Yeah.
He is. And he's also, I think, as I mentioned with Gary, well equipped to deal with that market.
For sure.
He is a great
lighthearted,
great press conference coach. Also has been in the pressure cooker that is coaching LeBron James, has been in the pressure cooker of having to do the press conferences while
Warriors,
with Steph Curry and Klay
Golden
Thompson
State,
and Draymond Green. So he has been around winning on a very high level. He has dealt with the media pressure all the way up to the NBA Finals. And I mean, honestly, I think anybody's going to win there. Anybody. It's just a matter of like what the ceiling is.
Yeah.
And does Mike Brown extend your ceiling? Probably not. Like, I don't think you you don't look at Mike Brown like you do at some other guys where you would say, like, okay, if like Eric Spoelstra, you feel like is Mike Brown a coaching advantage against blank when it comes to the playoffs? I mean, probably not. He's probably in the group that it's probably not an advantage to have him, but it's also not a detriment to have him, right? Like, I mean, he's probably somewhere in the middle. Does he give you a strategic advantage? But honestly, the guys that give you a, quote, strategic advantage are few and far between. And in the end, Mark Daigneault is not on that list, and he's the one that's holding the Larry O'Brien trophy over Rick Carlisle. What matters in the NBA is your players.
Yep,
that's what matters,
man.
and that's what matters most. And he's going to win a lot of games coaching the New York Knicks. You would have to royally screw that up or have a lot of injuries in order not to win there. It's just a matter of, do you win more than are you winning more than Tibbs did? Like, I don't think it's an upgrade, but it's a different guy. It's a different guy.
I bet you guys
right?
don't play 87 minutes per game now.
I bet they don't either.
There's some guys who are like, ooh,
well,
golly,
also
I can relax
in fairness, they have gotten more depth as well.
Oh yeah, they added to it.
They've added some guys that will enable you to. I mean, if we're trying to take they're at least 8 or 9 deep. At least, whereas there were even when people would get mad about the Tibbs stuff, you go, who do you want him to play a bunch? Campaign?
Nah.
Is that what you want?
Nah, we straight.
Precious? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
That's a guy that you think should be playing a lot of minutes? I mean, so they have added the requisite depth. I mean,
Clarkson and Yabusele are.
I like Yabusele.
Yeah, they're both real players, real rotation guys.
Absolutely.
He's like great value
teams,
Bron, bro.
Well, Yabusele, he actually defamed LeBron James in the one dunk on LeBron James that cannot be taken from the public record.
Yes.
How dare you?
That happened during the
the internet
during
cannot
the
delete that one.
Yeah.
How dare you, bro?
Even though they didn't really show, they don't show it that
They
much.
don't show it. Like,
you don't see it very much.
I have not seen that dunk since the Olympics. They might have scrapped it, bro. I ain't seen that.
It happened.
Let me second.
It happened. We're sure of it. So, anyways, look, the Jaren Jackson news is obviously terrible, and it does lead to a lot of woe is me. What the hell is wrong? Why? How have we gone into the summer and we've already lost our starting front court?
Crazy.
How is that possible?
That's why
this doesn't happen to anybody else.
No, it doesn't.
That's why I was screaming, bro. Yesterday, I kept saying, I need another big man.
It doesn't help to anybody. This does not happen to other teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, like, hang on.
We got bad luck, bro.
It doesn't happen to other teams. It's not like Miami Denver's sitting around and going, oh, God, we're not going to have Jokic or Gordon for next season.
Okay, Cleveland, Darius Garland had it, but they knew he was going to have it after the season. They knew because that was a problem leading up to the playoffs.
Summer injuries.
No, that's what I'm looking at.
We always get
Boston,
something. It was Gigi last year. Remember Gigi last year got hurt?
No, Boston, the Knicks.
No, nobody has their front court get hurt in the offseason.
The Pacers, like Halliburton, but we saw it happen in the finals, so we knew.
Do our guys play basketball in flip-flops during the summer?
Yeah.
They play like with no shoes on. The barefoot basketball.
How do we always get hurt during the? Are we gonna have to outlaw our players playing basketball?
No, for real. Bro, somebody on Twitter said
you're gonna have to have rest management during the summer.
Rest management. They said, bro, curveball and foursquare from now on. Somebody on Twitter said, no more basketball for the Grizzlies. Y'all can't hoop no more.
You guys can't play at all. You can't even play during the summer without getting hurt. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy. So, anyways, Jaren Jackson Jr. And then, you were talking about getting another big guy. Look, I don't think this changes anything in terms of what you were going to do in the roster because, as I mentioned to you guys, we like the moves that have been done so far, but it's an unfinished product. It's again, we've got to look at this as you are heading into training camp, and there is still certainly work to be done because even if you counted on Jaren Jackson Jr., we've got a question mark next to Brandon Clark's name, and then you just have Jay Huff and Santi Aldama as the other guys, because Zach Edey's not a question mark. He's not going to be available at the beginning of the year. And so it's like, this is what you're walking into, and especially if you are going to be without Jaren for any amount of time. So with you on that, you do, right? With you on that, I thought it was interesting that yesterday, all of that Buck story, and it came out so fast and so furious regarding the story about, the Miles Turner thing, and then everybody going, wait, what? How? And maybe the least expected of the outcomes was that they had waived and stretched Damian Lillard, which is something that they will surely regret 4 years down the road, but is a win-now proposition to try to, I guess, to appease and give Giannis something to compete with. But
you're paying $220 million for 4 years of Miles Turner and to hopefully keep Giannis happy for a year.
Okay, so have you seen the update? There's a couple things on this. The updates on the whole Miles Turner thing and kind of why this happened, and that this could have been Naz Reid's fault.
It could have been Naz Reid's fault.
No,
with the contract he got.
Yes,
the 125.
Miles Turner wanted more than what that was. He's like, if they're paying him $5 and $25, I want more from Indiana.
Wow.
Yes, that is in the ESPN story today.
Dang.
So you wonder sometimes, like on the bar that is set for these, right?
Yeah.
The bar that is set for some of these signings.
Yeah.
You do wonder what kind of impact that plays in I think more importantly than, look, everything's not going to be even here, right? Just because this team values this guy at this rate doesn't mean, but that's how you get the resent creeping in, and you start, guys have egos and guys get emotional. And that's not NBA players, that's every human being on earth, right? If one of y'all, if somebody came up to y'all and offered you $200,000 to go to, 92.9, which that could pay for literally every employee they have. But if they offered you that, and then you guys went downstairs and said, hey, they're offering me this. Like, if they're not trying to match that, and they're not trying to pay as much to that, then you're like, why?
Yeah.
Right? It makes you resentful. Like, why is somebody else willing to pay me this, but you're not? My own team, who theoretically values me, right? So I'm not blaming Miles Turner for that. I'm just saying it gives you insight into why. Like, you were in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. You got a bunch of friends on that team. You got whatever. It could have very well been a emotional decision, right? Where it's already like they haven't extended me, they haven't given me the contract I like, and then you tack on top of that what Naz Reid got, and then you look at their offer, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Naz Reid,
it's Naz Reid's fault. That's what I'm telling you.
Miles Turner looks at it and goes, okay, Naz Reid is pretty much like he's either starting 4, stretch 5, or he's a backup 4 or 5 guy off the bench. I'm a starting center on a team that went to the NBA Finals. I should definitely get more than him.
Yeah, he got his.
Yeah.
And that's reasonable.
That's crazy.
And it also is the kind of thing that causes resent.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
Why am I? Well, we were just at Game 7 of the Finals. I started.
I know I missed every shot, but I've been here for a while.
So did Naz Reid.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. At least I got his name.
Naz Reid missed everything.
Everything. Boy,
so don't blame me.
Don't blame me.
Hell, we were in Game 7. He was in Game 5.
Exactly. And I've been here for 10 years. Like, come on, bro. Give me some love.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
And you guys have tried to trade me 1,000 times.
Every year.
Right?
Every year I've been in the trade talks. In the 1 year, like, his name doesn't come up.
Then he bolt.
That's
but
insane.
I did think that was super illuminating to read that about the Naz Reid contract. Because the Naz Reid contract is big.
I was shocked when I read it.
$25 million for. I don't care if you're 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
Look, we just signed a guy that was 3rd in 6th man of the year ahead of Naz Reid for $8.8 million.
As we see these other deals
you
come out,
$25 million.
As I'm seeing these other deals come out, that shit looks like a bargain, bro.
Bro, Duncan Robinson got $16 million a year.
Luke Cornett got $44 million.
Hey, we got a good bargain, baby. A good Stilio, man. That's like give me a.
We got Ty Jerome for $28 million for 3 years. Karis LeVert got $29 million for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. It's like getting a Supreme shirt for like $10.
Yes.
They're like, yeah.
Just targeting the right guy at the right price.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Right?
And a great job they had, and they had to recruit him. They had to have recruited
100%.
him and done a great job on it.
100%. And he knew that he wasn't going to have a place in Cleveland because of
you
their
saw that
salary
he posted
cap.
on Instagram
Yes.
about it?
Yeah.
He didn't even have the chance to come back. Like that is one of the advantages of this is that it's been well known for a long, long time that somebody was going to be able to attain Ty Jerome. And so you target the guy and you make sure that you could get that done. And so, that's why Mark Stein, this is all you needed to know. And this is why I talked about this on Monday before free agency opened. I had gotten that alert from Mark Stein's Substack. And I told you guys, like, if Mark Stein already has this, it means everybody around the league, they all know. They all have an awareness of where guys are going to go, right? They all have many of their players are represented by the same people, and they have conversations about their own players as well as players that are prospective free agents. And so then by the time free agency is about to begin, there's the conversations of going, oh, no, he's going there. Oh, no, he's going there. Oh, no, he's going there. And Mark Stein was able to report. I will say, Stein did unbelievable. There was an opening because he's only one man, and we missed out on the whole Adrian thing. This is the first free agency that we've missed out on Adrian. Stein and Jake Fisher, who are the two guys that write for his website now that I subscribe to, they had all those. They had Dennis Schroeder to the Kings. They had Ty Jerome to Memphis. They had Karis LeVert to Detroit. They had a bunch of them, like, already, because obviously they had the connections. They talked to people, and there's a conversation that goes on amongst the general managers and the agents to understand who is going to be going where. And so, like you were saying, they targeted a guy and got the guy. And now, when you line it up against the other guys that signed in free agency, it was an amazing deal to be able to pull. If you could find a guy that is going to play that big of a role for you at that price, that's incredible. Last week I did this whole bit about how I don't mind the draft because it is almost impossible to find guys that are able to outperform their contracts in any other way than the draft. And then sure enough, we get to free agency and sign a guy. And honestly, it's absolutely possible, as much as everybody rolls their eyes about it, it's absolutely possible that Jaren Jackson Jr. outperforms the one he just signed too. It would have been damn near impossible for him to outperform 5 years and $345 million. You ain't outperforming that. But could he be better than guys that are going to be getting paid more than him, or more impactful than guys that are getting paid more than him? For sure.
It is.
Sure, because there's a $20 million difference between what Jaren Jackson's going to get paid and what Jaylen Brown's going to get paid.
Yeah, I mean, if you
know what I mean?
And if you just go look at like the guys who are like typically ranked as the top 30 players in the league, but with Jeremy, if you average it all, that's about what they make.
About what they make.
It is. It's about what they make.
Yeah. About what they make. So the other thing that came out of the Bucks deal, outside of the whole Miles Turner leaving and going to the Bucks, is okay. So you waive Damian Lillard. They're going to stretch that out for 5 years and have that on their books, which is just insane, honestly. But if it's the only way it makes sense is if you say, it's the only chance we have to keep Giannis. That's it. And we want to keep him. We want to keep him, and this is our means to keep him, is if we do that. We can't have $50 million of dead weight, but we can have $30 million of dead weight, right? $20 million of dead weight. And so we'll build out the best team we can around him with that, being basically a sunk cost, completely sunk cost. Well, you look at their roster, it's like they don't have a point guard. Like, they still didn't replace Damian Lillard in all this. They have it listed at Kevin Porter Jr. Okay, so that's untenable.
That is disgusting.
So you know who they came knocking for?
Oh, boy, SPJ.
Scotty.
Yeah.
You can't have him.
which is a reasonable thing to do considering the Jerome signing.
Yeah.
That being said, the report was that the Grizzlies covet him and don't want to lose Scottie Pippen Jr. And honestly, when I looked at the Bucks roster, that's the first thing you do.
Bro, bro.
Portis is the only one.
Yeah,
Bro,
right.
it's so
There's
much.
nobody you want.
No, he literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Bobby Portis is the only one I would care about.
Literally.
And I love
a
him. I
bunch-
wanted him in free agency, so I can't speak out of school now.
No, he's the only one that's like worth the rest of it's Jericho Sims, bro.
But again, you just paid Santi Aldama $18 million. Like, I don't. I wouldn't be interested in giving up Scottie Pippen Jr. With a trade exception to try to make that happen either, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Scottie Pippen Jr. could play a real role for this team.
Yes.
And
he hooped last year, boy.
I think that's what you looked at with their backcourt stuff with Ja, KCP, Jerome, SPJ is like, I think like all of those guys can play together.
Yeah.
However you
Like,
want
that's
to.
the thing.
yeah.
If anything that you've done, you've solidified that.
Your guards are fine.
Your guards
Yeah.
are good.
But I'm saying,
wings
yeah,
are a little, you know, centers are a little.
That's right. When I'm looking at the Bucks roster, like he's the only one I care about.
Yeah, no.
Seriously,
Yeah, no.
Portis. That's it. And they just signed him, so I mean,
Bro, I'm looking at the roster right now. There's literally nobody worth it. It's a lot of Mariah Mills on this roster, boy.
Right.
Jericho Sims.
No, I'm
who
with
is Chris Livingston? We don't want an Andre Jackson. Like
no. So they knocked on. They probably made their calls about Scottie Pippen Jr. and then because they'd start him. You look at their roster; he'd start for them.
For
so,
sure.
so you've already seen the update, and this was so obvious, especially because Doc's there. It's gonna be Chris Paul.
Chris
dude.
Paul.
It's gonna be Chris Paul.
I thought you were gonna say Austin Rivers.
No,
bro.
it's gonna be Chris Paul.
Chris Paul's gonna beat.
It's gonna be
Ish-
Chris Paul,
he's
isn't
gonna-
it?
Dude,
He's gonna be the Bucks point guard.
He's gonna beat Ish Smith's record by the time his career's done. This dude's just gonna be taking 1-year deals all around the league here.
Let me see where Chris Paul is right now. We talked about it yesterday. What's the name's at 10? Schroeder. 1, 2. Okay, Chris Paul ain't that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 7.
7.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it'll be 8 if he goes. He's the
Yeah.
It'll be 8.
I will always think of him as a Clipper.
Or Hornet.
Won't you?
Hornet.
I will
For-
think
for
of him
me.
as think of him as a Clipper simply because of all the battles that the Grizzlies and the Clippers had.
I remember all those
Right?
Grizzlies Clippers
It's,
wins.
it's the Lob City team.
yeah.
I was a big fan of the Hornets, Chris Paul. With Tyson Chandler.
The Oklahoma City Hornets,
Yeah,
Chris
Oklahoma
Paul.
City. Yeah, New Orleans, Oklahoma City. When it was like him and Tyson Chandler and Pedro Stojakovic on the wing.
David West.
David West,
They gave the Spurs a little bit of a run.
Yeah, when I was a youngin', bro, I was like, I used to tell my dad, like, because he was the point guard after Baron Davis.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that was like.
It's going to be Chris Paul, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it'll probably be Chris
Sounds
Paul.
about.
He'll be a buck.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm Clippers with you. I mean, hell,
I think of him as.
I got on Jimmy Kimmel's mean tweets with a tweet about
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Paul from the Grizzlies
Yeah, you did get on
Clippers
there.
Sure
playoff
enough.
days. Yeah,
Speaking of
hated him.
Speaking of point guards, Verno,
Let me hear.
our point guard is doing some dope.
Who? John Morant.
Big 12. Play the video, Jalen.
What? There's a video.
He's doing a
Enjoy the show.
make
The
him watch
Make Them Watch tour.
a worldwide international tour with our boy Big 12.
What do you mean a worldwide international tour?
So you know how like brands do like tours where they go like they do stuff around. They want to go to China, Tokyo, Manila.
oh,
They go
okay,
to
and they
Peach
show
Jam,
off. They show off the shoes
show
and
off
the
shoes,
gear and whatever.
Play basketball with the kids and stuff like that. The commercial is the best part though. It says I think they said somebody got called 12 because the pigeons are out again. If you
Yeah.
remember when he
yeah.
scored the game-winning bucket against the Heat, he called
Khalil
Buddy
Ware.
He called him a pigeon.
So it says Peach Jam, New York, China,
Tokyo and Manila.
Oh, okay.
Worldwide 12 on the way, Verno.
Oh, is that what you were talking about, the Tokyo thing earlier before we went on the air?
And he made the joke
Yeah.
about Yuki
yeah.
being a mascot for the tour.
Well, you
Oh,
told me
he's
that.
gonna carry him he's going to carry him in his pocket.
Well, you made.
Go ahead, Rose.
He's gonna put him on his shoulder so he can finally see the city.
Don't do Yuki like that, man.
Shout out you.
We're Yuki fans.
Yeah,
shout
we're
out
Yuki fans.
Yuki.
But, yo, our point guard going worldwide, man. But yeah, they're like, we got. I wish we could play the video.
Going to Manila?
Manila,
The
bro.
Thrilla in
The Thrilla
Manila.
12 in Manila.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, nobody does commercials like Nike, bro. Like branding like Nike.
So China, Tokyo, Manila after New York
Yeah.
and after the Peach Jam.
After the Peach Jam.
Wow. And so they're going to be, I guess this is the rollout of the Ja 3?
The Ja 3, which is, I think, personally, I think it's the best Ja.
That's what the guy was wearing in the video, right? He had on his feet.
The handyman's wearing the Ja 3.
You think it's the best looking one?
I think the Ja 3 is the KD4 of the Ja collection.
Really?
Yeah. The KD4 is the best KD out of all of them. And I think this Ja 3 is the KD4 of the collection.
I will say they do look like the Ja 3. They look like the most I don't know. We're going for it. Like we're trying to do something different. It's they're trying to do.
And I haven't seen them in person or felt of them. Or put them on. They look the most sturdy.
Don't they? The word
they
is
look the most sturdy. The other ones kind of mesh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're not as. Those look like. I think a lot of these brands. And part of that is the Adidas influence with the Hardens and the Anthony Edwards shoes. You're seeing shoes that look more sturdy, like they've got more stability. I guess is the best way to put it, right? Than we went through that whole phase of light shoes, mesh shoes, low top shoes, and it feels like now we're back circling around to where you're getting more sturdy shoes.
Yeah. No. And the stores, the stuff I've heard about it, they said they really took the time to really make the technology on this one a lot more like a compact shoe. Like we gotta make sure this joint holds together. So I mean, Ja 3 is the best one, bro. It drops in August.
August?
The first colorway drops in August, so I'm excited for it. By the way, they said
and hopefully he doesn't play basketball until October.
Oh, Ja?
Yes.
Yeah.
He got to play basketball on the tour.
He doesn't have to play.
It'd be our luck.
He can go stand under the basket.
It'd be our luck. It'd be our luck. He gets hurt in Manila.
Yeah. He can go. He can just do the Mikan drill or whatever on the.
Him and Yuki in Tokyo, bro. Like Chris Tucker and what's the name? Like the Rush Hour. They got to do some like one-on-one drills. You know what I'm saying? Teach the kids how to hoop.
Bro, I remember. And this is. I think you could. There's probably a video of it somewhere. I don't know. But I remember years ago, we signed Vince Carter. And I was talking to Vince Carter. This is like during training camp. And we had done a bunch of interviews during training camp and whatever. And he was around. And I remember one of the times when we were just sitting around and I was talking to him about the summer, whatever, and he had gone and done one of the, I mean, now you got to think about this. This is post Dallas Mavericks Vince Carter. This is Grizzlies Vince Carter. And that summer, he had gone to China, I think part of the Nike thing or one of those, outreach things. Him and I can't remember who the other guys he went with were, but he was telling me the stories about it. And then I went and pulled up. I don't know if the video exists still, but there's like a video of him pulling up like in China. And I'm talking, it is tens of thousands of people. Like, and they're banging on the window, whatever. If it was Justin Bieber, it would not have been. And this is Vince Carter after Dallas.
This is like post.
This is him going into being Grizzlies Vince Carter.
Yeah.
And him getting out of that car in China, it was pandemonium. And I was like, he's like, dude, it is a different world.
Yeah, just imagine.
The level of stardom you have. So all I'm saying is, when you see the videos of what it looks like when Morant steps foot there, it is gonna be. It's gonna be like Coachella.
Yes. It's gonna be when he come off the bus.
Seriously, I'm saying this is.
He's famous. He's famous, but like when he steps overseas, he's gonna be like, yo, like this is a different level. Like I'm.
Jalen, see if you can Google like Vince Carter in China or something. I bet it'll pop up somewhere. I'm telling you, it was like banging on the windows, and he's like getting out and
like Michael Jackson type.
You can't see the street, bro. I mean,
that's crazy.
And that's Vince Carter. This isn't Toronto Raptors Carter. This is this many years removed from that. It was crazy, dude.
Kawhi did one too.
Kawhi did?
Kawhi did when he was with Jordan Brand. Kawhi did one in like 2016, 2017, and it was crazy.
So just
he had
imagine-
already been Finals MVP.
Oh my
Just
God!
imagine Ja
Morant
Rule.
steps foot in there. It's going to be outrageous.
It's gonna be like Michael Jackson jumping off the bus, boy. Prom Michael Jackson.
He was like, "Bro, you can't even get in and out of a car." I mean, it's that.
It's that crazy.
Yes, it's just pandemonium.
Sorry, just
Because
imagine-
it's just not like you're there.
Yeah.
You're somebody they've seen on TV, right? You know
It
what I mean?
really is
And
like international.
Yes.
Like, yeah. We see
you don't,
you on
you
TV
don't
every day.
realize the level of fame until you see Vince Carter 15 years after he did, or whatever, damn near 20 years after he did that famous dunk contest, show up in China, and they still treat him like he's Vince Carter in 2000.
Yeah, that's the gauge. I guess that's the gauge of like see how famous you are. Go overseas. If you can show up overseas and they treat you like that, you are real famous. By the way, I want to show you these. You see the Hustle and Flow Ja threes? That's one of the first colorways.
No.
Jalen, put them up on the screen. One of the first colorways is the Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow.
Dedicated to the movie that was.
They are?
Yeah, dedicated to the movie Hustle and Flow.
Oh wow.
So the mismatched Ja threes are dedicated to the movie. Like, bro, that is an amazing shoe, bro. I'm telling you, I cannot.
Oh,
wait.
it's her purse.
Yeah, bro, that's so tough. So
Do you
tough.
like the two different colors?
I do. It's like the Kobe's you didn't like, though. What the Kobe's yesterday? You were like, why is Jawan Small wearing those shoes?
I think it's a generation thing because I'm kind of with you. Like, I'm not going to wear, like, I don't know. I think I'm with you on that because the Ja ones also has the hungers where one shoe's red and one shoe's blue.
Yeah.
Great time to break those out this weekend, by the way, if anybody has them, 4th of July weekend. But,
yeah.
like, I never got them because
Yeah, I love
because one shoe is one color and one is the other.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not competent enough to pull out an outfit for this.
And your mom would for sure be like, "Are you wearing
We're
two different shoes?"
Absolutely.
Yes.
She absolutely would. What have you got on your feet?
Rosie, you can wear the mismatched joints. I think you can pull them off. You gotta wear them confidently.
You know, I appreciate your belief in me, Devin.
I mean, it's not that much belief, but I got a little bit of belief.
It's enough to pull the fit off.
The scale.
I mean, he's just saying compared to what you would wear,
Right.
you might as well. You're an embarrassment either way.
You might as well try.
Can it fit this? Will it rock with
Bro, they
these?
said the shoe was bigger than your computer, bro.
That absolutely is.
I mean, this is a MacBook Air.
The Jaren Jackson Jr. shoe is bigger than a MacBook Air.
It's tough.
It is.
Hey, I just looked something up. You mentioned how famous 12 might be.
This is outrageous.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous shoe. It's ridiculous.
See what it looks like.
You gotta get your shoe. You can't buy that at Foot Locker. Why is there a ball in it? You have to put it on.
It's a stress ball.
What is this?
You just killed the value of that shoe.
Let me see. Wait. Yeah. Oh, he definitely destroyed the value of Jaren's game worn shoes. Could you walk around in those?
Hell no. I could pack my lunch in there.
It's crazy, bro. You can't buy that.
What if you bring your country ham biscuit from the gas station in that?
You put it in the shoe.
Keeps it warm.
I should take this to Summer League and pack all my stuff in it.
No, for
and just
real.
walk in.
That's your toiletry bag.
the Jaren Jackson Jr. toiletry bag in the shoe. Hey, to your point about the, I just looked at. I had to look it up. How famous he is.
Yep.
So I looked at the jersey sales in Japan. The top jersey sales.
Ja's crazy famous.
Yeah.
You know the top 5? Of course.
Yeah, Yuki Kawamura, bro.
Number 2.
Yuta Watanabe on my wrist.
He retired, bro. Can you guess number 2?
Who's the Japanese guy that played for Brooklyn?
No, it ain't him.
Is no Asian guy.
It's not an Asian guy.
Okay.
It's LeBron or Curry.
Wait.
It's not either LeBron or
It's
Curry.
Ja.
It's also not.
Not Ja.
Hey, it's not Rui.
It's not Rui Hachimura.
They ain't got love for Rui.
They don't mess with Rui like that.
You ain't got love. You ain't got love for Rui.
They don't mess with Rui like that.
You ain't got love for Rui.
Yeah, they don't mess with Rui.
Tokyo ain't got love for Rui.
They don't mess with Rui.
You don't love
Who you think
Rui.
He's
Won't you love Rui?
a top 3 player in the NBA.
A top 3 player.
Jokic?
Nikolai Jokic is number 2 jersey sales in Japan.
Really?
Japan knows ball.
There. So we got Yuki Kawamura number 1, Nikolai Jokic number 2, Ja Morant number 3.
He's 3?
He's number 3.
Okay.
KD number 4, and Luka Doncic number 5.
KD 4.
I am surprised by the Jokic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Why do Japanese people love Jokic?
Because they know ball.
I think they know ball over there.
Yeah, I guess they do.
They know ball. Because over here, they
What?
don't buy Jokic jerseys.
Right?
Yeah. No,
Where is he on our list? Probably. I bet he's not even in the top 10.
No.
Huh?
Yeah, probably not.
Because wasn't Morant like 8 or 9, and then he was one spot ahead of SGA.
Yeah, he was one spot ahead of
I
SGA.
remember.
NBA 2025. I got you. Let me look it up right quick.
Also, I always thought Tatum would be like super high on those because it's always the guy that wins, right? The guy that wins the title always sells a ton of jerseys. Right. Like, you know, I mean, it's the wave.
No, I'm sure next year SGA will be.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody jumps on the wave.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember this has happened most precisely 2 different years at Grizzlies home games where I remember that exact thing that I'm bringing up, this scenario.
Yeah.
Once was right after the Spurs beat the Heat the next year. There were tons of Kawhi Leonard jerseys at the Grizzlies Spurs game. And I was like, what?
I will say that is
number 2 Leonard Spurs jerseys the next year. But it's just because they won the title.
That's a good jersey, too.
And also, the year after the Bucks won.
Yeah, Giannis everywhere.
I mean, the only ones that have stood the test of time are Curry and LeBron.
Yeah.
The other guys, it's always a wave. I'll tell you another huge one, and you still see these to this day. This is odd, but the other huge one, and it's always white guys. The Miami
Tyler Hero.
Yes. The Miami Vice Hero. The Miami Vice one.
Yeah. That junk goes platinum.
Seriously.
Yeah, the Miami Vice Tyler Hero jersey.
The Miami Vice Tyler Hero jersey is the one that you're like.
It is
always. You
always.
see that? You'll go to a friggin' Grizzlies Hornets game and there'll be a guy in a Miami Vice.
It's like, why?
Tyler Hero jersey.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't playing tonight, bro.
Yeah.
Those are the coolest jerseys.
That kid named James drove from Collierville so he could rock it at a Grizzlies Hornets game.
He wanted you to see that he got a Tyler Hero Miami Vice jersey.
That's right.
That's a
but so the point was, anybody that wins the title sells a bunch of jerseys, and you see them the next year.
Yeah.
So we will see
SGA
boatload. Well, we also this year there's a boatload of Tatums.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The Celtics always have like good stuff. Like they always have a good crowd here. But yeah, you see more Tatum jerseys now. Yeah. It used to be like you'd see Bird, KG, Pierce. Like
I bet you this too. We were really close to there being a slew of Halliburton jerseys. Because he sold 1 million during the friggin' playoffs.
Yeah.
They were saying they had to restock everything.
Or those, what were their city ones that kind of had like the splash paint?
Bro,
Indy.
Oh, dude, you would.
Are so damn ugly.
I'd say they look better in person. I've seen them in person.
They have some of the worst jerseys
person.
in the NBA.
But you were getting ready to see a slew of the private school kids rocking the number 9 McConnell.
Oh,
rocking the number 9 McConnell.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Ty Jerome gonna sell some jerseys here, brother.
What number you think you're gonna wear?
He posted a picture of him in a jersey. Was it 2?
Let me see. Let me type.
So it made me wonder if that's what it was. It's on his Instagram. It's like Memphis can't wait to see y'all. I think he's wearing the Photoshop is. I don't know if that's what he's
wearing
wearing.
2 in the Photoshop.
Nobody wears 2 for us, right?
The last 2 we had was Xavier Tillman. So I don't think anybody wears 2 for us. No, actually, Zion Pullen wears 2.
Zion Pullen wears 2.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, that'll get changed quick.
I'm just speaking facts, bro.
He would be the 16th player to wear number 2 for us.
You don't get to choose. You don't. No.
You don't get to choose your number.
Not when it's a big free agent that you signed.
He's got some shoes to fill, though.
We don't know if Zion Pullen's going to be a 2-way either.
By far, the best number 2 to wear for the Grizzlies is Jay Will.
No question.
The other ones
but
are
Jason Williams.
Oh, hell yeah.
La Bamba. Juan Carlos Navarro.
Oh, dope. So it's always been that kind of guy.
Josh
It is like a
like
dude.
swaggy.
Here we go. Off the bench type dude.
It's a swaggy dude.
AC Law, Josh Selby, Trey Gilder, Russ Smith, Briante Weber, Kobe Simmons, DeLon Wright, Jordan Bell, Xavier Tillman, Xavier Simpson, Zion Pullen.
Weird. And so Xavier Tillman is the only big.
Yeah.
Right?
And Jordan Bell.
Yeah,
Jordan Bell.
Vancouver, Greg Anthony. Vancouver, Greg Anthony, and Doug West.
I still talk to Jordan. Jordan Bell responded to my story one time recently.
What's he doing?
Wait, you were here when Jordan Bell was here?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Is that right?
We took a photo together. You don't remember this?
I remember they were going to do. No, I remember.
We took a photo together.
Dude, it was Jordan Bell, Dylan Brooks, and Tyler Dorsey. They all played on that Oregon team together. And they took a photo when they were all going to Yeah, and then
Rosa tapped in. He remembers this. He remembers. Rosa.
I remember
Rosa
the
remembers.
dumbest stuff that I don't know why I remember the dumbest things.
Hashtag Rosa remembers.
Not that it's
Hashtag you don't
dumb, but
remember.
like it's useless that I remember that. But I remember so many useless things.
I thought Tyler Dorsey was going to have a career.
Me too.
I did too. I liked he
was a
could
bucket.
shoot it, man. That kid could shoot.
I think he scores like 1 million points overseas.
I would bet that.
And he's like that kind of guy too, right?
Yeah, let me see where you're at.
That would be like probably one of those that needs the ball in his hands to be the best version of self.
He plays
for
Greece,
and you're going to be you're standing.
He plays for Olympiacos,
and you're standing in the corner if you're in the NBA, but you got the rock if you're there.
Yeah,
right,
'cause you're the best
and that's the
player.
best version of himself, right? One of those guys that a lot of. I mean, look, the overseas is flooded with those guys that can't figure out how to best play a star in a role in the NBA, but are the best player then when they go overseas, or certainly one of the best players on the team when they go overseas, and then they are the full version of themselves.
Yeah.
And then people bring them back to the NBA and go, why aren't you good as a role player, right? Seriously.
Yeah, no, for
That's
real.
happened all the time.
Yeah, have his
And then they go back overseas and they kill everybody again, right? Like they're great at it.
Let me see. I
So-
can't find it.
He averages like 10 points a game for his career in Greece.
That's not there. That's not all that.
No,
his,
it's not.
his Euro League. No, just in the Euro League.
Euro League numbers are goofy though.
Yeah, he
you
averages-
don't get to average 30 over there.
Well, he only plays 19 and a half minutes, so he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
play like
you
that.
don't get the chuck. You don't get the chuck.
It's
I
not the
remember
same
that was
way.
weird as-
If,
yeah.
if you go to China and you're not averaging 30,
Right.
now you got a problem.
Now
on
you
your
got to
hands.
be because
Well,
our boy Lester Hudson is a legend over there, boy.
In Euro League, you don't
He got
know
a
Hall
statue-
of Fame.
He got a statue over there.
Yeah.
And Euro League's so weird because it's like I just remember this forever ago when the Ricky Rubio draft, because we had the number 2 was the year we took the beat, and I remember looking at Ricky Rubio stuff.
Oh,
and
now
it's
we're
like,
going to talk about how bad
Exactly.
the beat was.
We would see like Ricky Rubio would play like 28 minutes one night, and then the next game he'd play like 6, and it was
That was also the Powell thing.
Yeah.
When we first drafted him, the number 3 pick.
Yeah.
It was like, what the hell? And they're like, no, you can't gauge. Right? He didn't play as many minutes. And it's like, okay.
And sure enough, they were right about.
No, they were
Powell.
right.
He was right. Yeah,
They're
he
right.
was- yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
I want to quell something, as they would say.
Quell?
Quell. You like that? Well, vocabulary.
Like
I've been reading, bro.
Shout
Vocabulary's
out.
going up.
You're what?
I've been reading. Vocabulary's going up.
Oh, you're reading?
Yeah, I've been
What?
reading. I've been reading books.
Dev, let's
What
work
book?
on the math. next.
Oh, we're LeBron in your ass to death right now.
What are you talking about?
What book?
There's a book called The Way of the Superior Man, Verno. Been tapped in on that book.
These are written by Dr. Umar.
That's crazy. That's also hilarious. It was actually written by. That's hilarious. It's written by David Dielda. I got like an hour left in the book.
It's an
Wait, so it's an
audio
audio
book. That doesn't help your vocabulary.
If I listen to it, yeah, it does.
He said you've been reading.
Yeah, that's
I've
not
been listening
reading.
to it.
That's listening.
I listen to the book while.
This is like, he said this is like saying I've been reading and he's got a coloring book.
Hey, bro, this book good as hell, though. I tell you, I'm about an hour in, bro. Y'all
The
tap in.
ways of the superior man.
Yeah, y'all tap into this book.
So what is it? What's it? I'm not sure. What's
It's
this
about like self-help.
Who
like,
told you about it?
I was watching TikTok, and it was like, yo,
Somebody told you.
It was a TikTok.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah,
yo, you
it's
should read
so-
this, and I was like,
Why not? Why not?
you-
I'll get the audiobook.
why not?
What have
I
you
mean, I'm not
taken-
going to read it.
Yeah, I'll listen to it.
I don't even have a bookmark.
What have you taken from it to implement in your daily routine?
That's deeper than rap. It's deeper than rap, but I can't talk about it. It's deeper
Yes,
than
it
rap.
is.
It's
He
just
listens
about
to it to
it's
go
just
to
about
sleep.
day.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just about
interested.
day-to-day like life, about how do you treat relationships and treat like different things as you go out throughout your days. And like,
Do you feel like a superior man?
I feel like I've grown a little, like 1% better.
Yeah?
I'm on my Mike Norvell
You're
shit.
not superior yet?
I'm not superior yet. I'm like an amateur right now, but I'm getting there.
How to
1%.
live like a superior man.
Yeah, 1% better, bro. That's what I'm trying to do. But my
This dude said I've been reading and then confessed to listening to the audiobook.
Hey, that's the same thing,
when
bro.
This dude said he had an hour left. I was like, an
Oh,
hour
yeah.
of reading?
No, it's like, hey, it was like when I first got it, it was like 3 hours, bro. How dare you? I've been tapped in. But you remember
Hey,
that time?
Dev, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's totally cool with the audio book.
What were
Do
you
your
gonna
thing, do your
quell?
thing.
I was gonna quell.
Quell. What were you
So,
quelling?
remember that photo that came out? We were talking about in our group chat. Kenneth Lofton Jr. photo.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kenny Lofton Jr. was in the Grizzlies facility.
Yeah, there was questions of whether
And he
or not
was.
Yeah, he was. There's a question about whether he's going to play for our summer league team. Why was he here? Well, it's been Quell Vernon. He's going to play for the Boston Celtics summer league team.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going to play for the Celtics. But he did work out with us.
Oh, that's what it was?
He worked out.
I
guess
was
he worked
told
out.
he smelled biscuits.
Well, I was going to say he worked out, and then they put him on the scale, and they're like, yeah. Why biscuits? Why biscuits?
What biscuits, bro?
Just let him there.
The Bojangles judge?
Just let him there.
The Bojangles.
Just let him.
It's like a cartoon.
He still had his key, and he's like,
Like the this dude, bro. It's like the Tom and Jerry cartoon.
come on. It's just jokes. So he was here, and he did work out.
Yes, bro. Why you fat shaming them?
Huh?
I like biscuits too, bro.
I do too.
Biscuits are good.
I ate them this morning.
You did have biscuits. You
Yeah,
had
I
two
bit from the
biscuits this
gas
morning.
station.
Elite.
Dude,
That gas station at the corner
Dude.
of Danny Thomas and MLK is no lie. That used to be the most ratchet, horrible gas station in America. I would put that up against any shitty gas station in the world.
There used to have to be
And
like
now,
4 cop cars parked outside
and
at all
now
times.
it is the best.
It's amazing.
bro.
There is no riffraff. These guys will
Riffraff.
kick out they will kick anybody out.
They will.
they
I've
will.
seen them kick
They
people
will.
out, man.
You gotta go. Hey, you gotta go.
Oh, they clean. You could eat off the floor in
They do.
there.
They clean
the
that floor.
windows are clean. The floor is clean. The food is great. Whoever is running that thing, I mean, it should be studied.
No, for real. We all
Seriously.
all three of us eat at that gas
I
station.
think they're.
I don't understand
all-
it.
yeah.
And that place was the most rundown, terrifying. If you were on E and you stopped there, you are playing with your life.
You ain't getting gas at that joint, bro.
Because there are, I mean,
There's a lot going on in that gas.
zombies
Yes.
were literally amongst you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you would walk in and
It was like the little thing you got to lit up to like pay for your thing, like the little window.
Oh, my God.
it was horrible.
Dude.
Now it's called the One.
yes,
And it's amazing.
it's
I eat chicken there every day. Chicken wings.
It's
They own
so
a couple
good.
of the
So
ones. They own a couple in
shout
town.
out to whoever bought that and owns that. I mean, I have never seen
It's
anything
amazing.
run like that.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
And they have every
to go
food.
from the worst place ever to the best place ever.
Also,
it should be studied.
Not even just the food. Like
I know.
Go to like the drink selection.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Everything you want.
Like the new Gatorade, they got the new Gatorade. You
They
want new
got it
flavors?
all.
They got the new flavors.
And they also have cases set up in the middle. Like if you want to buy cases of this stuff,
They
you
have
just buy a case of it.
prepared foods like chicken Caesar wraps and
Yes.
crap. It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
They got sushi in that joint. You want
How
a
is it-
quesadilla? You want
how is
pizza?
this
You want
place-
chicken wings, corn dogs?
The guy in front of me
Philly
bought a
cheesesteaks?
beef tamale this morning. I was like, they got tamales?
Awesome.
They got everything.
They've got like
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Shout out to y'all down there at the
Yeah,
One,
whoever
man.
you are that owns the gas station that popped up here. Because the
They've even
crazy
got the
thing is,
but they've even got the candy set up where like you can like you go to the candy store and you weigh it. They've even got that there.
But bro, I mean, because you can take a right, buddy. You end up with that one at the corner of Danny Thomas, and you are next to the Mission.
Oh, it's a dub.
You have no chance
It's a dub.
of getting out of there without 5 guys asking you for money and
Might have a mixtape for
and
you.
they're just straggling.
Yeah.
Straggling around. They'll follow you in there like, just to see. You better not be lying if you say you just got a credit card.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? You'd be like, hey, man, I ain't got no cash.
Yeah.
Don't go in there and pull out cash after you told the guy you didn't have cash.
Oh, he'll badger you. And then at that one, they got the little slot machine. So it really be folks in that joint, bro.
Dude,
they got the slot machine in that joint.
It's like a different world.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's a different world.
the slot machine gas stations are like, what are we doing here?
The other thing
Right.
is, it certainly makes you feel great when the guy that's, when the guy's checking out and you can barely fit your fingers in because he's under 5-pane bulletproof glass.
Nah, for real. They used to be the one down there.
I know, well, because they catch all the guys that literally just got out of the courtroom.
Yep. And they be ready to get to
They go to bail bonds and they walk straight
straight to
to
the
that
gas station. Then they go to KFC across the street. Shout out to that KFC across the street, too. It's lit over there, bro. It's lit.
You couldn't pay me to go there.
No, what, the KFC?
No.
I hit that joint on the way on the expressway.
You do?
Yeah, I hit it a couple times.
And?
I was
fine.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really eat KFC like that, but I treat KFC the way I treat CC's Pizza. Like once every
you're super desperate.
Super desperate. Once every like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like
to check in.
Just to check in. Make sure
sure.
the flavor, the taste buds are still there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out CC's Pizza, by the way. Another slept on establishment.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back after this. Chris Vernon Show.
These are the Jordan 1, the crystals. These are the shoe that retails for $1,000. Oh, extra crystals. So if your crystals fall off, if your crystals fall off, actually these are the black crystals because they have. So the shoe has black crystals on there as well too. So you get an extra package of black crystals.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
To get to the main event. And you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
1, 2, 3.
Ready, go.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. Hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145.
I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
The First Ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience, collaborate with national and local artists, and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up and show out at Open Call Auditions. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies on home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Outside with the G's and the homies. OG fresh out ducking the police. White t-shirt, locs on, riding dirty. Trick, don't talk to me when I'm counting up money. Yeah, west side, east side, it's active. I just stepped in the party, what's cracking? I just seen the enemies, but they lack. Yeah, we really with the business. They don't want no action.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. So yesterday, one of the discussions we were having that then turned into nonsense and tomfoolery was about Malik Beasley when Tony Allen was on, and obviously the clip went viral. Shout out to Shaba for putting that clip out from yesterday's show, which was super hilarious. So anyways, yesterday we talked about the Malik Beasley thing and then kind of joked about it, but then one of the things that we had a serious conversation with regarding it, because Tony knew very well, if the feds are involved and the feds, if it's already come out that this is being investigated, then you have real problems on your hands. We knew that because, as I told you guys, this is one of those things that, yeah, maybe somebody knows about, but like you're not trying to drag somebody's name through the mud or prevent them from signing a contract unless, but the fact that Shams Charania was able to put that out, and again, it's not the sports books or the league or whoever, when it says the district attorney is looking into you, then that means they've already, look, I promise you, they already had something on Malik Beasley before that name ever came out, okay? That's what that would tell me, more than likely. Boy, the news that followed yesterday afternoon, and now, like, this is a real discussion now. They got a real problem on their hands with this, because this is the kind of thing that can happen. And this is, it almost read, again, we're going to be very hopeful that he is not a part of what they alleged him to possibly be a part of, okay? Let me get that up front. He is exactly the plausible description of a guy that you could foresee doing something. Because as the stories came out, right, the reason you would lose your mind and get so underwater to do something this desperate and this asinine would be if you were totally in the red.
You're in too deep.
So deep that like, this is, you think this is your way out, right? Bro, I mean, money to a barber, money to a dentist. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I saved it because I saw the list of things that were alleged. It said Malik Beasley sued by his agent, okay, and he was served at the hotel before Game 2 versus the Knicks. Sued for $2.25 million. He was served at his hotel before game 2. He was 1 for 8 from 3 that night. Okay. Sued by a lender for $5.8 million. Sued by a barber for $27,000.
You gotta pay your barber, bro.
Okay.
Why does it cost $27,000?
You gotta explain to me this. This is just something that the white guys cannot understand.
Yeah.
I mean, if you added up every time I've gotten my hair cut in my whole life, I do not think it would add up to $27,000.
The NBA cuts.
May not add up to $1,000.
That's like going to Chris Styles. You know, Chris Styles.
Really?
Like if you like the NBA players pay a little bit extra for their cuts.
Okay, what?
Probably like he got like a little low.
You think they pay him
$400?
$400?
$200, probably $250. Like my uncle cousin, whatever. He rest in peace to him. He used to he used to cut Rudy Gay's hair when he was here, and he used to get at least like $250, $300.
Okay, let's say let's go.
Okay, so wait. But now is that how often? Weekly?
Probably.
You think you get lined up weekly?
Probably once every other week.
All right, Dev. So let's say $300.
Huh?
Every other week.
So you would say $600 a month.
Yeah.
You spend on your hair if you're you think
And
that's possible.
And he has like a low. He ain't got like a lot of hair. He got
Right.
low tape, so they ain't nothing that crazy.
That's
because he's not doing braids.
Yeah,
he's not
ain't doing dreads.
okay.
He ain't doing braids, so it's probably like a little.
How
low.
much does yours cost?
My hair?
Yeah.
Every time I get my hair done, it's like $250.
Really?
Yeah. To get my hair like retwisted, yeah. And I do that once every.
That's more than my wife, and she
Really?
gets hers. Yeah.
Mine's every like
highlights or whatever.
Mine's every 2 or 3 months.
Oh, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I don't get mine done every
I
month.
think hers is every 6 weeks.
Nah, I can't do that. My hair won't grow then.
If it's $300, that is 90 haircuts. If it is $250, it's 108 haircuts.
But it also depends because some players have barbers
$27,000.
that. So some players have barbers that travel with them everywhere. Some players got that. I know some players that have.
Owing $27,000 to a barber is crazy.
Yeah, that means that-
what barber allows you to do on credit for that
Yeah,
long?
yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? At some point, would you be like, bro, you
Yo,
gotta pay me
yeah,
at some point. These
yeah.
haircuts aren't free.
Or
and so like, I kind of blame the barber too.
But a lot of barbers being
Like
a lot
at some point, how many times does the guy have to stiff you before you don't?
a lot of barbers being a lot of other business too. So it may be some other stuff that's going on.
Fair. Sued by a dentist for $34,000. Again,
damn, bro, you don't pay for your teeth to get clean.
hard to understand.
Don't you got
how
insurance?
you could roll up $34,000 for a dentist, but whatever. And then it said sued twice by his landlord, which was actually a company owned by Cavs owner Dan Gilbert.
Oh, that's weird.
He just doesn't pay his rent.
Bro, what did you pay for?
I just
then?
don't get. I mean, it's just so bizarre. The guy, honestly, and this is outside of the sports betting realm, of which he is possibly involved in. He just must be like one of those guys. And I've been around these guys. Horrendous gambler.
Yeah.
Right? Because why are you not paying this?
Right.
Like, they even said it at one point in the article that he was like, he had agreed to have his wages garnished. Like, basically, they would take money out of his check to repay all of these people that he owed.
Yeah.
Like, whatever check he. So, I mean, but how do you not have money? How much money has he made in his career?
I think $60 million.
$60 million?
Let me look it up.
So
I'm
he's.
gonna double check. Hold on.
You're a horrible
Yeah,
gambler.
Yeah, you're bad.
Let me double check.
Because how are you not? Because come on. How are you not paying for anything?
Right.
Career earnings, Verno, yes. $59 million. 59. Yep,
Okay,
$59 million.
and according to reports, he was about to sign a 3-year, $42 million deal.
Yep.
Man.
I mean, it's just
That would have paid for
this.
everything.
No lie. If I was going to write, if you said write a short story about a guy that this could happen to, I mean, this is how.
Yeah.
This is the. This is how, right? You get, because the other thing is, once you read all of those financial issues, you're like, how can you? Because these are not, like you just said. What'd you say? 60?
60 million.
Okay,
round
60.
up to 60 million.
I mean, these like the rent thing would be like he just didn't pay $7,000. I mean, this barber thing is $27,000. Like, that should be ashtray money to you.
Yes.
Seriously.
Cash
that
out
should
right
be
on
just
the
like,
spot. You got it.
Yeah, man. Hey,
it was too many.
Right,
like,
just make it go away.
He
And
was
it's like,
definitely like, I got you. Like, right
he just blew it all.
Yeah, I
he's
got you.
blown all this money, and then you go, how do you blow all this money? And he's probably a horrendous gambler. Yeah, he's got to be.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's honestly, because you remember this happened with what's his name said he's broke now, Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
he made crazy amounts of money, but there are people all over the globe that say he doesn't pay them.
Yeah,
you don't pay people because you don't have it. Nobody is that delinquent that many times.
Yeah,
nobody. And not only does he not have it, he also owes all of these people all of this money to the point where he's getting. If you sign up to get your checks garnished, that means you don't, because otherwise you would just make it go away.
Just pay to go away. Pay to, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why and honestly, it's almost word for word exactly what happened in the insurance fraud case that Tony got caught up in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tony is a guy that's been responsible with his money throughout his entire career. So he gets caught up in that, and he's like, whoa. This is not what right? All my fault. Biggest mistake of my life. I'm sorry. Here's the money. Right? Because he's, what is it? What is it? Like $600,000, $700,000,
right.
whatever. Here. I'm repaying all of this. I'm sorry. Please don't put me in prison. Right? But there. I'm making this whole. This was all my fault. I did wrong. Those other guys, bro, they didn't have it.
Yeah.
The reason they were involved in that is because they didn't have it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you look at a lot of those names.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, how did you blew through everything you already made? And the answer is yes. That's why you're doing this. The reason you're doing it is so you couldn't go back and make it whole and say, hey, I'm sorry. Here's everything I got from that. Here it is.
Yeah.
So what they have to do, a couple of them went in there and they said, I didn't do this. And they said, dumbass, yes, you did. And now we're hammering you. And they are literally in federal prison. Literally.
Yeah.
In federal prison for it. And it's like, you'd have been way better off. You can say, I'm sorry and I will make this right. And you might catch some mercy. You might. In the case of our guy, he caught some mercy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, look, we understand, and like I'm making this right. Like those other guys, they were doing it to, and then tried to stand on it.
Yeah.
Well, except for Glenn Davis, who literally his defense was that I'm retarded. He said that.
He did.
He said that. The guy had been in Power, where he had to memorize lines and was like a character on a television show.
Yes, bro.
His lawyer's defense was that he's retarded. I'm not kidding. That's not. You guys are laughing, and that's not fun.
Well, I mean,
it's a ridiculous defense.
That's why I'm laughing.
It is, and it's
trying to get out of it. He's trying to
it's
get out of
asinine.
it. He's trying to get out of
Yes.
it. Yeah, trying to get out of it.
Well, and he's in prison.
Yeah.
By the way,
He is.
he's in prison. But
Good,
what I'm saying is, to wrap that back around, there's no way Malik Beasley owes all of these people because you would just make it go away.
Yeah.
You would just say, but he refuses to pay these people back. You can't be that big of a dick over and over and over again. Yeah. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that you're just delinquent and you just refuse to pay your landlord, refuse to pay your dentist, refuse to pay your, right? You know they're coming for it and you know they want it. And then you just keep getting sued for it and losing?
Yeah. And just
he
like,
keeps getting sued and losing?
And he's
It's
just like, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody is that grossly irresponsible. It makes you think he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you would never agree for somebody to garnish your wages if you had it.
Yeah.
Why would anybody get to garnish your wages if I have the money?
How do you blow
How
through?
are you under? You're underwater.
Hold
You're
on.
underwater.
You're
I got
underwater.
my serious question is, how do you blow through all that money in Milwaukee, Utah,
It's almost always gambling.
You're on the road.
Seriously.
You're on the road.
Good
Yes.
Lord,
You're on the
bro.
road all the time.
You
dude.
were a
I
terrible
mean,
gambler then, bro.
you can go all of these cities, the majority of them, they're all a casino, like they're really close by. Like
Oh,
you
and-
can, and then you gamble on the plane.
Yeah,
like,
they definitely gamble on it.
no.
Yeah.
It's usually not above board.
Yeah.
This is not on the plane.
Oh, this is
guys shooting dice with 25 grand in the middle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
25,000 a hand.
And then you get running, and then next time you're playing with gang members and drug lords and whatever, and you're in a world of crap. I mean, there's stories all the time. I've heard stories about guys losing cars.
Oh yeah, because they owe.
You know what I mean?
They owe.
Like luxury cars.
Yeah.
Over dice games. It's like,
Yeah, bro. It's
crazy. It's crazy to think about, and it makes me super worried for him. I do think that he is. It's almost. I think it is almost. I know this sounds crazy, and it will sound crazy when I say it. It's better that story came out, and you realize how, because I think you can look at that. To me, I think that it's a tragic story of a guy that obviously got way under. But I mean, like, all of those details coming out is actually a little bit better than if it's just, this is a guy that makes $60 million. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can almost say this is a very specific, tragic instance, rather than saying, oh my God, how widespread is this?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Now you can- now you can-
It doesn't make it makes it feel like, oh God, do we have a huge problem on our hands with the infiltration of legal gambling? And, you know, because I saw everybody making their jokes yesterday. They're like, Malik Beasley is being investigated for gambling. Follow for more on the FanDuel Sports Network. It's like, okay, come on.
Right. I mean, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
We'll talk about it more in our What's Poppin' segment presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Yeah.
It's like,
The over-under.
So, I mean,
yeah.
but I do think that there is a genuine concern about the infiltration, how common that it's all new.
Oh, yeah.
All
Yeah.
illegal sports gambling everywhere, and sports gambling becoming part of broadcast and games and conversation and everything else. And so I do think that it's better that this is like, so if he did do what he is accused of, it's like not one of those situations that goes, oh, wow, is this going on everywhere? You're going, oh, wow. Because I told you, like, you read all those details. I mean, it would be absolutely stunning. I would be floored if I found out that some Grizzly player owed that many people that many money and has lost that many. I mean, that's crazy. It's so rare.
Yeah.
I promise you that is not common. There are so much financial literacy stuff that is done now. There is so much, like, I mean,
rookie symposium, they sit you
these
down.
agents are so good about it. I mean, there is a responsibility in the NBA now that did not exist. You saw that 30 for 30 that came out broke with Antoine Walker and all those guys years ago, and like athletes watched that, and also athletes are very, very. It is very rare to find somebody that does not have the proper guidance.
Yeah.
These guys, it's not like they can't still make bad investments or have bad people around them or whatever else, but you have to willfully ignore proper guidance now because there are people that are there from the very beginning that are saying, like, hey, we're going to get you this, we're going to get you this. And it's not like you can't make bad investments or get cheated or whatever, but it's a lot harder now to lose your money than it was.
Yeah, for sure.
Used to be, guys were literally blowing hundreds of millions of dollars. Just blowing it. That's not common anymore. Not in the same way. Most of these guys are very smart.
Yeah, or they hire
about their
somebody.
money.
Or they hire somebody
That's what
to
I'm
handle.
saying.
Like, it's like hire
Again,
somebody.
yeah,
to handle it.
everybody. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not hire somebody to handle that stuff for you? Like, hire somebody to make sure my dentist is getting paid.
I mean, you see
hire
how,
somebody.
you see how deep he is.
Oh,
I mean, this is crazy. How many people he owes money to?
Oh yeah.
And that's what I'm telling you is wildly uncommon. There are not a bunch of NBA players running around that owe money to everybody and are getting sued for it. That is
everybody.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That folks said he was hooping like his life was on the line this year.
They pay people off.
That's what I'm saying.
All the time.
He's getting sued by like 5 or 6 different people. Like, that's crazy. It is. Like, that's just.
But they said he was hooping like his life was on the line this year,
he was
bro.
about to get a contract that would have covered all of it and then some. Would have paid off
I
all of it
guarantee
and
you
then
he had
some.
already banked on. He had already told somebody that I'm about to get this money and I'm about to pay you back.
I'm going to pay everybody. Everybody's going to be taken care of once I
but
get
then
this.
again, you got flapped. Now you can't pay nobody. Now you're screwed.
Yep. 2 other things that I wanted to mention. First one is Paul Feinbaum putting the target on Arch Manning, and then went on TV this morning and didn't back down. Said this is going to be the best quarterback of the SEC we've seen since Tim Tebow. Of course, inevitably, people were putting up highlights of Arch Manning coming into the game against Georgia and getting absolutely murdered. It's not like Arch Manning came in the game like Tua, right? Yeah. Tua came in the game against Georgia with the national title on the line, and it was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Right? Literally led him to victory. After we hadn't seen him. He's been playing behind Jalen Hurts all year, right?
Yeah.
Arch Manning came in when they were down 20-0. He's just like, all right, let's try something different. Quinn Ewers stinks. All right, let's try something different. Bro, they killed him and then sacked him and caused a fumble, and it's like, okay. Like,
there's no way.
Again, he might end up being right, and Arch Manning might. Look, we know Arch Manning has the bloodlines to be great.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a matter of whether or not he's great or not. But to put that on him, especially when you are not thinking about Joe Burrow and you're not thinking about Cam Newton and some of these other like
Johnny Manziel,
all-time amazing quarterbacks, all time.
Yeah, he tweaking.
Bro, if he's even as good as Eli, and I get it, Eli was before Tebow.
Right. Be good as Bo Wallace, bro.
But I mean, it's unfair. It's not as if like he does have. I think he has the lowest Heisman odds. Arch Manning does.
There have been a lot of awesome SEC quarterbacks.
Yes.
I mean, Burrow, Manziel, and Cam Newton all won the Heisman.
This man said the coldest since 06.
Tua was awesome. Hendon Hooker was awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
There's so many
3
dudes
years.
that like
Hendon Hooker was amazing.
Hendon Hooker was awesome.
It's dudes that didn't even make the league that like
Tons.
we're cold in the SEC.
Tons.
Like
there's tons of them.
Like, don't put
saying
that.
That's putting a lot on the kid.
Yeah, because the first time he screws up, guess what we're gonna do? Hey, Paul, we're coming for you, Paul.
When was Tebow?
Right. 6.
Dude, that's like Matthew Stafford was like
cold
right after that too, and Aaron Murray. Like, dude, there's been a lot of awesome quarterbacks in the SEC.
I mean, bro, Joe Burrow had the best quarterback
Burrow.
season ever.
Yeah.
Like
Cam had 0 pros on his offense. 0 pros on the offense and won a natty.
Bro, it was Cam Newton, and then on defense they had that kid who never panned out in the NFL, Nick Fairley.
Nick Fairley, the big dude, yeah.
I thought he was going to be awesome in the NFL.
Cam Newton at Auburn was a force of nature.
Dude, Cam Newton was crazy.
It was like man against boys.
Yes.
Yes.
It was unbelievable.
6'5", 255. Good luck.
I mean, literally won the national championship because of one guy.
Yeah.
And you saw Gus Malzahn. Like, he rode that thing for 20 years.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. Gus Malzahn's still riding it. The national title with Cam Newton.
Yeah.
That's how good that guy was.
Got Gene Chizik fired a year later when they realized, they're like, oh, wait, yeah, you really had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, bro. Look, you
But the Joe Burrow, every once in a
Burrow.
while you look at the numbers and it's like 78%, 65 touchdowns, 3 picks. It's like, come on.
Yeah, bro.
It was Joe Burrow had video game numbers.
Yeah.
His last year at LSU. And then they went and played in the college football playoff and beat people to death.
Yeah.
And now, in fairness, he had Jefferson and Chase. And, I mean, he had Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Terrace Marshall. come on.
Embarrassing amount of talent.
He had arguably the 2 best receivers in the NFL.
Right.
On his team. If you said the 2 best receivers in the NFL right
Cam
now are
Newton,
Jefferson and Jamar Chase, nobody's going to argue that.
Cam Newton had that running back that fell down Michael Dyer, right?
Yeah, number
Isn't he
8.
the one that fell that the controversial play against Oregon?
And then he had Coates at the receiver, number 18. Coates.
Sammy Coates.
Sammy Coates. I remember Sammy Coates.
Coates. He was throwing the ball to Coates, number 18. I will say, I think my dog D Bates was on that team. Darren Bates from Memphis.
Oh yeah, he was.
Raw Room was on that team.
He was
linebacker. Yeah, I remember him. That's my dog. So yeah, but other than that, it was just Cam out there.
Yeah.
Just running over people.
Last thing, the Indiana Fever won the Commissioner's Cup in the WNBA.
It
did. The stories that have come out of that, well, obviously they won it without Caitlin Clark. But this was it an Instagram Live? It was an Instagram Live, right?
Yes. Sydney Colson went live on Instagram.
Okay, so they're like this created all manner of content. But the big story that came out of that was Caitlin Clark saying that they make more off of that than they do if you win the finals.
Really?
Which I was like, oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah. I didn't see that.
She said that on the Instagram, and everybody was like, what the hell?
Because it's $500K as a pool.
You make more if you win that than if you win the finals. That's insane.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, it's a mid-season tournament.
That's insane, though.
Yeah.
Why would you be rewarded more for that than winning the WNBA finals?
Yeah, that's wild. I did not know that. I did
Yeah.
not know that was a
That's
thing.
what she said it on the live. Caitlin Clark did.
Yeah.
And boy, are they popping their stuff, right?
they
And
also- they try to-
Caitlin Clark was yelling, they hate this and whatever, because I guess the players ranked her 9th.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for All-Star. Yeah. They ranked her 9th for All-Star. I thought that was...
Amongst guards.
Yeah, I thought that was hating. Big hating.
Oh, that's big.
Big
Yeah.
hating.
It's very Jordan-esque in that sense. You know, Tiger went through a lot of this when he first, popped off in golf. And I'm not, I don't throw around those names lightly, but I'm talking about somebody that changes everything completely. All the older guys resented the hell out of Michael Jordan. They didn't give a damn that he scored 63 against the Celtics, right? Like, and in fact, you had a whole team that literally was trying to kill him.
No, he changed.
Right?
He
Like
changed
Detroit
so
was
much.
trying to kill Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And then the Jordan rules were created, right?
Where it's
By
with
these
the
teams. But like
shoes,
everybody resented him to death. Everybody resented Jordan.
They froze him out.
Everybody.
In the All-Star game, they froze him out.
They resented him so much. And the Tiger thing, all the old heads resented him. There's that famous video that still goes around about where Curtis Strange is interviewing him, and Tiger's like, I've always felt like there's no reason to go to the tournament if you can't win it, or if you don't expect to win it. And he was like, second's still really good, and they pay you a lot for second. He goes, second's not so bad. And he goes, yeah, I don't care about second. I come to win. And Curtis Strange laughs and goes, you'll learn. And then, of course, it goes into this montage of Tiger beating the shit out of everybody for the next 20 years or whatever, right? It is kind of that way, though, right? Like the same way that Curtis Strange was so dismissive of Tiger Woods, like, you'll learn, right? And the same way that guys were trying to kill Michael Jordan, it's like, bro, when they had their opportunity to give her flowers, they went the complete opposite way and ranked her 9th in guards. That's just hating. That's literally just hating.
Even though she hasn't been playing well as she recently. She's like 1 for 23 in her last 3 games. She's been injured, but still, 9th is OD, bro. That's some we're trying to humble you a little bit.
Yes.
Because she was first with the fans.
And it's not just making her mad.
No, yeah.
That's why she was barking last night. Like, they hate this. They hate to see this.
Yeah, first with the fans, 3rd with the media, now with the players. And I compared it to the Halliburton thing, right? Because that's like players talking, right? It's you can be as good as you are, but we feel some type of way about you, so we call you the most overrated.
That's right.
It's not like, you know what I'm saying?
They don't really believe that.
No, they don't really
They're
believe
doing that to be jerks.
Exactly.
I saw...
exactly.
Right? They don't actually believe that there are 8 guards better than her. They're just doing that to send a message.
Yeah.
We don't like you.
We don't like you.
Yes.
Petty and jealous.
Resentful.
Yeah. Resentful, petty, jealousy. Like, I saw there was I don't have a subscription, but they give you the headline quotes or whatever. Is an ESPN executive who basically said, compared Caitlin Clark, her impact to, said, I've seen Muhammad Ali, I've seen Michael Jordan, and I've seen Tiger Woods. And that she could have that level of impact on women's basketball.
she
by
will.
By the time it's all said and done.
She will.
Well, she is the reason the league gets talked about as much as it does.
No question.
She is the one, bro. She also got back humped yesterday. You see that video?
What? Yes.
Sorry, get back.
She didn't like it. She
didn't
said,
like
"Oh,
it.
no."
She didn't like it.
Sydney who?
Sydney Colson. She back humped her on the Instagram live.
She wasn't ready for that.
She wasn't ready for the back hump.
No.
By the way, also
And Sophie Cunningham started doing the twerk thing.
Yeah, she the little wiggle.
You didn't like it.
I need you. I need a little bit more from you. I need you to get back in the lab. Get back in the lab. Get those
You
mag
think it hurt her stock?
Yeah, get those mag knees. She hurt her own stock by talking about I don't want to go to Detroit and Cleveland.
Why did that hurt her stock?
The day before, people were on her neck about that.
Yeah,
They're like, bro, you're from Missouri. Shut up.
That feels like they hate her too, because
Oh,
she's
she-
getting so much attention.
Yeah.
Because
She got like a
I just think
brand deal.
I think that was over the top.
Yeah.
Of how much hate she got for saying that. Let's be fair. No. And look, we're in Memphis. So as I always tell you guys, fair is fair. You got to be objective about this stuff.
Yeah.
So when people down Memphis or whatever, obviously we're going to get we're gonna get rankled about that. But like we understand that like it's summer. There's very few people that are sitting there going like, hey, we're gonna go on vacation. The idea and let's go to Memphis, right? Like, we're not on the top of that list, okay? Yeah. Neither is Cleveland, and neither is Detroit. A player who is going to be a professional athlete saying, hey, and I think the names she said were Nashville and Miami. That was what she said.
Sophie?
Yeah, those were the ones that she said. And then, of course, people say, well, that's racist.
Well, no.
And it's like,
she been what do you call it? Public enemy number one for a while, though.
but people do
Even
look,
before this.
even you go to Nashville for
other-
weekends off.
For other reasons.
I got you. And Miami? I don't think it's unreasonable to say,
BBL capital of the world.
right? I don't think it's unreasonable to think that that she probably is saying but in fairness, Detroit did great with the WNBA team and won a title.
Yep.
Right?
Multiple titles.
And I got it. Like, I also understand. I'll just say I understand both. I understand both sides of this, where it's one is going to be, take it personally, because we would take it personally, right? If Memphis was up for a WNBA team and then somebody said, I don't want to go to Memphis. Right. It'd be better to be in, right? It'd be better to be in Nashville or Miami. Yeah. On the other hand, we also have to be realist and say professional athletes, we love when guys choose to be here, right? Yeah. Because we know we're not at the top of the list of the choices, right? If a player said, hey, I want to be in Phoenix, I want to be in Miami, I want to be in LA, I want to be in New York, I want to be, right? Like, would you guys rather go for the weekend? If I'm going to send you this weekend, would you guys rather go to Cleveland, Detroit, Miami, Nashville? Right?
I'll go to Miami first, Nashville number 2.
Okay.
The other two.
Okay, then you can hang out with Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, she been
right? Like, what are we talking about? Why is that crazy?
No, she been the villain for a while. That's why I'm saying.
got it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why it was a big deal.
Well, and the other thing is those are the
Sophie's
teams. Also, it's a mistake to do it when the other teams are already announced.
Yeah.
That's why it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Don't crap on them after they've already gotten it. Right?
Yes.
Crap on them before.
Yeah.
Before. When it's a choice, say, hey, I hope they establish one. Because, look, we still do it to this day. I mean, Chandler Parsons tries to move us to Vegas every other day.
Every other day.
Still.
Darius Garland tried to move us there all the time.
Darius Garland tried to move us to Nashville.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yeah.
Everybody does.
It happens.
Yeah.
But, I mean, don't do it. It feels, I understand why you would jump on Sophie Cunningham after it's already been announced.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Right? But if you were a WNBA player, would you be more excited by getting drafted in Miami or Detroit? Shut up. Come on.
Probably.
I love Memphis.
Atlanta would probably be my number one.
I understand.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's been going on.
I saw Walter Clayton Jr.'s face when he found out he was going to Utah instead of Miami.
Exactly. I would feel the same way, buddy. Right? I promise you that.
And we definitely saw Ace Bailey's.
Yeah. You see one of the legends went down last night too, Vernon.
Who?
Our girl. It may be we may have seen the last of her. You see it?
No.
Red Panda.
Oh yeah. Red
It may be
Panda.
over, bro. That may have been our Peyton Manning Super Bowl last night.
No, she got cut. You can't go out like that.
She was hospitalized after that yesterday. She fell off the bike, man.
That was terrifying.
She fell off the
That's
bike.
terrifying to see that come across the wire, and that she was. You know, I don't even want to speak on this. It's honestly a nightmare for me to see something like that, because this happens. There have been 3 or 4 in-game entertainment things where I like watch with my hand over my eyes. You remember that one where the guy's throwing the daggers?
Oh, the dagger. Okay, I thought you were saying the chair guy. The chair guy scared the old man that does the chair thing.
Zlatic.
Scares the shit out of me, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The amazing Zlatic.
One wrong slip.
I know.
You were from the
I don't get it. Chair guy, and he's old, man.
I know.
Chair guy scares the shit out of me.
He scares me. And dude, the daggers and the guy and the what's it called? Like the shooting of the bow and arrow people.
Yeah.
With the guy with the chick, and I'm like, bro, what if you? I mean.
Bro, he's like 66. He's like 65, 66 years old.
These people do this stuff all the time, whatever, but it's terrifying to me to think. It's one thing for Red Panda to drop the bowls. I've seen that. But, dude, to fall off? Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough.
Awful.
Yeah, that was tough.
And she is the GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
Of all halftime performers.
There's nobody like Red Panda.
Nobody
doing it like Red Panda.
Get well, Red Panda.
Yeah.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you and going through this terrible time of falling off your unicycle.
I don't like the way you said that. But shout out to the GOAT.
I've also got one thing.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah, he's got one thing.
We got a thing. Devin knows he was
He's
there.
making his debut.
Memphis Wrestling.
Roser's making his
My
debut.
Memphis Wrestling debut.
Let's go, Roser!
Is this weekend. Friday night.
No, wait, no.
All right.
Is it Friday or Saturday?
So we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday
Oh,
opportunities
yeah.
here. It is their 4th of July special. There's a graphic for that. What is the Red, White, and Bruised, episode 228 of Memphis Wrestling, memphiswrestling.tv. Okay, Friday night, 11 p.m. on WMC Plus. That is, if you have Xfinity, it's channel 907. You can also stream on WMC Plus on YouTube and Facebook. Also, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. Here are your other options. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on WMC Plus, or like we do here, Saturday morning, noon on YouTube. Memphis Wrestling's YouTube page. They have a live chat. They show the episode and do a live chat just like we do with our show.
John Roser on the broadcast.
Hold on a second. Time out. Is Friday night, Saturday?
It's all the same show.
It is.
Yeah, they're just replaying.
It's a 1 hour show.
It's 1 hour show.
Roser on the broadcast.
Gotcha. Saturday night, this is for our Jackson friends, Channel 7, WBBJ, 10:30 p.m. in Jackson on Saturday night. And then Sunday morning, 11 a.m., Channel 5 in Memphis. WNC.
Wow.
Yeah, 5-star told me, he goes, Channel 5 in Memphis on Sunday morning, 11 a.m.
That could be like a dream come true, bro. Like
Red, White, and Bruised.
As a kid that watched wrestling as a kid on WNBC.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It is. It's awesome.
So it's coming up this week. I'm going to watch it.
I had so much fun. I had so much fun doing it. Yeah.
Who were the, what's the big match?
It is CJ Blaine and Jazz, WWE, former WWE Diva, WWE Women's Champ, against CJ Money and Mama Money.
Yeah.
A long-term beef, Vernon.
And also we have a hot dog.
You were there, so I'll see you in the crowd,
You'll
right?
probably see me in the crowd.
Be there.
Yeah, you'll see me in the crowd.
We had hot dog eating contest. We had a hot dog eating contest happen.
Look at those wieners.
BLJ's there. Yeah, look at the hot dogs. The sponsor was sponsored by
cook those a little more.
Yeah, Lenny's did not do a good job with those wieners.
No, look at those.
They had to do a lot. But
did they have to do a lot? That's a bad picture of some glizzies right there.
Yeah.
The Disorderlies, who came out in like hospital scrubs, they fought because it's 4th of July, the Special Forces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Roser's, the chat wants to know, Roser, when are you going to make your in-ring debut, though?
We're working on that. 5-star, we'll work on that.
Roser going to get in the
He's got to
ring.
start a beef.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah, start a beef. All right, so that's going to be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, Friday,
there's
Saturday,
no
and
reason
Sunday.
to miss this.
Yeah.
Oh, we're tapped in.
Roser on Memphis Wrestling. I can't wait.
Oh, you got to shout out the Grizzly Summer League. You got to do that. Do your thing. I don't. Grizzly Summer League starts this weekend on the Grind City Media app.
Yeah, because we're off tomorrow and Friday, so this is the last time we're going to speak.
Yeah.
Grind City Media app.
Yeah.
You can watch all the Summer League games.
Starting this
We've made
weekend.
it easy for you.
Starting this weekend on July 5th.
You can't be easier.
And
July 5th, they play Utah. What time? Oh, no, they don't play Utah. They play
5 o'clock, Oklahoma
Huh?
City.
Oklahoma City.
5 o'clock, I believe it's 5
5 o'clock Central?
Yeah. Grind City Media app.
Okay, Grind City Media app on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, we do. And this does qualify as breaking news. The Charlotte Hornets have signed a non-white guy.
They did.
Spencer Dinwiddie. It's not white. So
It's not a white guy.
Breaks the streak for the Charlotte Hornets.
Unbelievable.
I'm about to go get some food.
All right. Everybody have a wonderful and safe 4th of July weekend. We will talk to you on Monday. Until then, we gone.